So this is where we left off yesterday. We talked about the segment addition postulate, that if z is between a and b, then az plus zb equals ab. And then we looked at this line segment here, this line with segments on it rather, and we wrote 4 true statements and 2 false statements. Now we want to go through, and on this line, we want to write down all of the distinct or the different line segments. Guys, I need phones put away. Please make sure your phones are not out on your desk. All right. So when we go through to write down all of the distinct line segments, there's a pattern that I follow to make sure that we get all of them. You do not have to do this the same way as me, but this is one method that I use to walk through to make sure that I get absolutely every single line segment there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start all the way over on the left-hand side. So I'm going to start over here with the farthest left point, and I'm going to make the smallest segment possible. Thank you. So going between these 2 closest points, what would be the name of that segment? AB, yes. Then, staying looking at the left-hand endpoint, so keeping A, I want to go past B to make a slightly larger line segment. AC, yes. This would be my next line segment that I would identify. AC. Then I'm going to do the same thing again if I can make an even larger line segment. Can I go from A over to any other points to make an even bigger line segment? A over to D, yes. We can do A, D. All right. Can I go past point D at all on the right? Not really. Can't go past point D. So now I've done all the points that I can that have A as an endpoint. So I'm going to ignore that one moving forward. And I'm going to go to the next leftmost point. So now I'm looking at point B. And I'm going to make the smallest segment possible with B as an endpoint. So this segment right here, which would be what? BC. And then I want to see if I can make a slightly larger line segment that still has B as an endpoint. Is there a slightly larger segment that I could make? BD. We could make this line segment right here. BD. Are there any other line segments that I can make that have B as an endpoint? No. So I'm going to scoot over again. I've done all the ones that can have A as an endpoint and all the ones that can have B as an endpoint. What's another line segment that I could make up here? CD, yes. CD. We can use C as an endpoint. And can I make any larger segments that have C as an endpoint? No. Then I've gotten all of them. That's how I know I've gotten all of them. So far, so good? All right. Let's go down and look at number 9 then. Problem number 9 says point B is between points A and C. If BC equals 6x plus 5, AC equals 98, and AB equals 8x plus 9, find the value of BC. There's something they didn't give us on this problem that I said yesterday. If you don't have this, it's the first thing you need to do. What did they not give us? They didn't give us a line segment. They didn't give us a picture to mark up. So we are going to start by drawing a picture for us to mark up. So I'm going to start with my line segment. We need to name the ends of the line segment. Look at the beginning of the sentence and tell me what the 2 endpoints should be called. A and C. So where's point B? In between them. Does it say anything about congruence? Did they give us a congruence statement? No. So point B is somewhere in between these 2 points, but it's not in the exact middle because they didn't give us a congruence statement. So I'm going to put point B right here. And then it says that BC is 6x plus 5. So from B to C, 6x plus 5. AC is 98. So from A all the way over to C is 98. And then AB is 8x plus 9. From A to B is 8x plus 9. All right. Because they did not give me a congruence statement, there's only one equation that I can write here. Looking at the picture that we drew, how many little line segments are there? 2. What are the names of those 2 little line segments? AB and BC. And when we take AB and put it together with BC, it gives us what larger line segment? AC. If they don't give me a congruence statement, this is the only kind of equation that I can write. If they do give me a congruence statement, then I have 2 equations that I can write, and I'll need to write both of them. All right, so now we're going to take and substitute in. It says that AB is 8x plus 9.
At this time, juniors and junior teachers, please move quickly to the auditorium. Junior teachers, move quickly to the auditorium. Bring your belongings with you. Bring your belongings with you. Teachers, please make sure you move the students into the auditorium by being in the auditorium with the students, not lag behind the students. Please get them seated as quickly as possible. Again, bring your items with you to the auditorium. That's where you'll be dismissed from. Thank you.
All right, so I've taken the expression that we have for AB, 8x plus 9, substituted it in for AB. What am I going to put in for BC? 6x plus 5. And what's going to go in for AC? 98. Perfect. All right, so now from here, I'm looking over on the left-hand side of this equal sign. Are there any like terms that should be put together, should be combined together? 8x and 6x. What do we get when we combine 8x and 6x together? 14. So I have 14x. Are there any other like terms over on the left that should be combined? 9 and 5. These are my constants. They don't have any variables with them. What do we get if we combine 9 and 5 together? 14. So 14x plus 14 equals 98. Then I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides. What is 98 minus 14? 84. So I have 14x equals 84. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 14. What is 84 divided by 14? You can use your cell phone calculator if you want to. What is 84 divided by 14? It is 6. Is that what they asked us to find in the problem? Did they ask us to find x? What were we asked to find? The value of BC. Well, we were told at the beginning that BC was 6x plus 5. So how can I find the value of BC if all I know about it is that it is 6x plus 5? Yes, I love it. We're going to substitute that 6 that we just found for x in the place of x. So I have 6 times 6 plus 5, and that is 36 plus 5. What is 36 plus 5? 41. So BC is 41. Absolutely fantastic work. All right, let's look down at number 10. Point B is between points A and C. If AB equals 5x minus 14, BC equals 4x, and AB is congruent to BC, find AC. What did they not do for us again? Yeah, they didn't draw us a line segment, so we need to go through and draw that in first. It's the first thing we're going to do. And what are the names of our endpoints? A and C, yes. A and C. Did they give us a congruence statement? Yes. What was that congruence statement? Yep. AB and BC are congruent. Do they share a letter between those two names? B. Well, if B is part of AB and B is part of BC, it's in between here where exactly? Right in the middle. Does anybody remember what we call the point that falls right in the middle? The midpoint. Fantastic. And because B is the midpoint, we know that AB and BC are the same size because they told us that. We're going to mark that with some congruence marks. I put 2 little tick marks on each line segment. Would it have mattered if I just put 1 tick mark on each line segment? Nope, as long as it's the same as the other segment. If I want to say they're the same size, they have to have the same number of little markings on them. Even if I put 5 little slashes on them, as long as they both have 5, I'm saying they're the same size. Did you have a question? Oh, very awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. They gave us a congruence statement. And also, when I look at this picture, there's how many little line segments? 2 little line segments that combine together to give me a big line segment. That means there's 2 different equations that I'm going to be able to write here. Let's write something that looks like this first. What are my 2 little line segments? AB and BC. AB plus BC equals what? AC. There's one equation that I can write. Is there anything that I can substitute into that? AB and BC. What do we know about AB? Right here, 5x minus 14. That needs to go on my picture also. I forgot to do that. AB is 5x minus 14. And then I'm going to substitute that in right here for AB. 5x minus 14. Plus, what do we know about BC? 4x. So right here, 4x. That goes in the place of BC right here. 4x. Drop my equal sign down. What can I put in the place of AC? Or do I have anything? Just AC. I don't have anything. Here's why I need that second equation. Here's why I need that congruence statement. Because with the way this is right now, do I have enough information to find x? So do I have enough information to find AC? Which is what they asked me to find right here. The directions back here said to find AC. All right, so I'm kind of stuck here. Is there anything that I can do with this? I can combine like terms. What are the like terms that I need to combine? 5x and 4x. That'll combine to give me, yep, 9x minus 14 equals AC. But then I'm kind of stuck there. So this is where my congruence statement comes in. This is my other equation that I need, or else I can't solve this problem. AB is congruent to BC. If the segments are congruent, then what is true about their measurements? They're the same. What symbol do we have in math that means the same? Equal. So the length of segment AB is equal to the length of segment BC. Do I have things that I can plug in for AB and for BC? Yep, what goes in for AB? 5x minus 14. What goes in for BC? 4x. All right, now I want to solve this for x. That means my x's need to be on the same side. How do I get my x's on the same side? Subtract. Which one do I want to subtract? 5x minus 5x minus 5x. The reason I'm subtracting the 5 and not the 4, do you see how the 4x is the only thing over here on this side? I don't want the only thing I have to cancel out. I always want something on that side of the equal sign. All right, so that gives me negative 14 equals, what is 5x minus 4x? Negative 1x. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. What is negative 14 divided by negative 1? 14. So 14 is equal to x. Now that I have that, can I go back to my other equation? Now I'm going to be able to find AC. So we're going to bring that over here. In the place of the x, we're going to replace that with a 14. So I have 9 times 14 minus 14 equals AC. What is 9 times 14? 126 minus 14? 112. So 112 for AC. So this one got a little bit more complicated. Yesterday we did problems where we only needed one equation. We either needed the segment addition postulate equation or we needed the congruence equation. And on this problem we needed both. If they give you a congruence statement, you're going to need to use that equation. If that doesn't give you your final answer, then you're going to have to come in and use the segment addition postulate to find your final answer. Let's look at the very last problem that I've got on the docket for today, number 11. What did they give us this time? Yay, we got our line segment, we got our picture. We still need to go in and mark it up with all the information they gave us though. So the information they gave us to work with is that AB is 6x plus 14, so right here, 6x plus 14. BC is 4x plus 28, so right here, 4x plus 28. CD is 43 minus x, so right here, 43 minus x. Then what do they give us? They give us a congruence statement. Which pieces are they saying are the same size? BC, this one right here, and CD, this one right here. I'm going to change it up and put 3 marks on them just so that it's different than the last problem, because I want to make sure that before we get to the test, we understand it's okay for them to have 1 marking or 2 markings or 3 markings or whatever works. All right. What do they want me to find? AD. Well, what's AD? All of the line. Okay, so they gave me a congruence statement, so I know for sure that I'm going to need an equation with the congruence statement in it. So let's rewrite our congruence statement. BC is congruent to CD. Now I need to write something that has an equal sign in it, because this I can't solve. Yes, BC equals CD. Now I have something with an equal sign in it. Now I can make some substitutions. What can go in for BC? 4x plus 28 equals, what goes in for CD? 43 minus x. Perfect, perfect. All right, I want to get my x's on the same side, so what do I need to do? Add 1x to both sides. 4x plus x gives me 5x. Okay, 5x plus 28 equals 43. Now I'm going to minus 28 from both sides. What is 43 minus 28? 15. 5x equals 15. And then after we divide both sides by 5, we figure out that x is what? X is 3. So I have x equals 3. Is that what they asked me to find? No. Do you think that's an essential piece of what they asked me to find? Absolutely. Okay, so now we have to go about figuring out how to find AD. How many little segments are there that are being put together to make AD? 3. What are those 3? AB, BC, and CD. Those 3 together make up AD. Are there any substitutions that we can make there? BC and CD. What can I put in for BC? 4x plus 28. What can go in for CD? 43 minus x. Any other substitutions I can make? AB, what can go in for AB? 6x plus 14 equals AD. All right. Are you guys okay if before we substitute the 3 in the place of x, we clean this up a little bit? All right, let's go ahead and clean that up. That'll make it easier when we go to put it into our calculators too. So I have my x's that I need to combine. I have 6x here, 4x here, and a minus x here. What is 6 plus 4 minus 1? 9x. All right, so I have 9x. And then I have 14 plus 28 plus 43. 86 equals AD. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, was it 86? 85, my apologies. I'm trying to double check this in my head. All right. It'd be 60, 71, 81, 85. Okay, we are good there. All right, now that we have those like terms all combined together, the 14, the 28, and the 43, now we can take our value for x and substitute it in. So I have 9 times 3 plus 85. What is 9 times 3? 27. I have 27 plus 85. What is 27 plus 85? 112 for AD. Very, very nicely done. All right. That is everything we needed to finish up in your notes today so that you can finish up the homework that's due tomorrow. You have just a little bit less than 20 minutes to work on that homework. So that's enough time to, if not get it completed, get a good chunk of it done. You are welcome to work with other people in the room if you would like to work with someone. And I am also available to answer questions for you if you guys have any questions or anything that you are confused about. All right. You guys have the remainder of the time to work. You may also listen to music if you would like to listen to music while you work. If you need another copy of the homework or if you forgot to grab one yesterday, very bottom paper in this organizer right down here. Newest stuff is always at the bottom.